Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. Jake, we've
Hello.
got a lot of talking points.
Yes.
Right? We're going to chat Rugby World Cup 2027. Right? The announcement has been made that we'll be getting the draw at the end of the year in December. We're going to chat about the Barbarians because there's been 3 players announced. And then, obviously, we have the massive game this weekend between the Northampton Saints, Bordeaux, and then we'll also chat about the Challenge Cup, right?
Yeah.
Jake, as
Hello.
you know, you're going through a fitness journey. We asked you 2 days ago. You said you're going to jog your 5 kilos or 7 kilos after we filmed. Did you do that? And have you jogged after that as well?
I did actually go out after that, and it was getting a bit dark. But I did manage to do 7.5 kilometers. And I think if I'd gone out a bit earlier, I would have pushed for 10 because I felt pretty good that day. And then I ran also yesterday. I ran 5K yesterday. But my ankle's hurting now, so I might have to give it a little break.
Well, now the discipline kicks in. No burgers this weekend.
No, I'm having one. I've got one planned either later today or tomorrow.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, the burgers keep a smile on your face, right, Jake? And as long as you smile, the world smiles with you.
Oh, yeah, I've downed it's just 1 burger per meal now, so I think that's helping me lose weight.
But still 2 patties.
Yeah.
So just the one bun.
No. Don't
Big Mac every day.
That's a good idea, actually.
Well, put up your protein.
I've done about 3 pounds this week, so it's not bad.
Which is not bad at all.
So that's about a kilogram, so it's not bad.
Yeah, Jake, we are proud of you. As we say every week, even if you don't go and
but
jog.
People will say I don't look any better because I haven't shaved, so I still look quite chubby. Well, I'm chubby, but I
you don't look that fat.
Huh?
You don't look that fat.
I do. Don't worry. I got just over a month to lose it all. I'm hoping to be like 85 kilos by the Lions tour, so I need to lose about 9 more.
Because Jake is traveling to the Lions. He's going to Australia. Right, yes. So he wants to be in fine physique.
Yeah,
you're gonna trim the beard and get the hair done as well.
I'm trying to grow out the hair a bit, but yeah, I need to cut the sides.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, Jake, let's actually chat about some rugby. But before we get into that, please do go and show Jake some love on his YouTube and his TikTok. He posted a vlog about what game was it? The Saracens one, the upset.
Yeah, and against Northampton, last-minute loss, so it's entertaining. It's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, and as you guys know, we're just fans that come together and talk about the game. We basically just talk a bunch of shit. So if that's your type of vibe, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, Jake, the announcement has been made today that we'll see the Rugby World Cup draft for 2027 that takes place in Australia at the end of this year. We're seeing it at December. Obviously, I saw your comment on the TikTok that I made that it's still too early, but at least I'm happy that it didn't happen immediately after the World Cup because that was just a disastrous draw that we had the previous time.
Yeah.
So we've obviously got the expanded tournament as well, 6 pools of 4 teams. What's your thoughts on the structure of moving it to 24 teams firstly and then having it at the end of this year, the draft?
What a brilliant question, which I don't get asked enough. I think it's great. No, people don't ask enough about this expansion because I think it's a great thing. It's going to have 4 extra teams in the World Cup. It's probably going to be like Spain, USA, Canada, maybe like a South Korea, or Hong Kong, sorry. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think people go, the gap between the bottom team and the top team is going to be more. But if you see Chile got smashed pretty much most games in the last World Cup, but what it's done for their attendance figures and the growth of rugby in that country in the last 2 years has been massive. So I think it's hugely exciting. We're going to have room for 4 more teams, countries in the World Cup. I think it's a great move.
Yeah. You see, there's kind of 2 ways of looking at it. You can obviously say it's great for those teams and growing the game, the overall viewership, and also the viewership on them as nations when it comes to rugby. But then on the other end, you look at already the damage that gets done in terms of the points that could get put onto those guys. So I kind of see both opinions surrounding it. But I'm also leaning to the side of like, if we want to grow the game, we have to get more countries involved. We have to get more teams involved. We have to get more eyes on the sport. And you never know, right? Like maybe those guys are still so proud just to be in the World Cup, even though they get smashed, right? Because obviously you give them an opportunity the next World Cup, maybe they perform a bit better, right?
Yeah,
Get the
like,
right eyes on it, get some talent for the future, right? So that maybe getting smashed now, but a 10-year-old from Canada sees it. He's like, I love this sport. Let me start playing this. And they only need 15 of them, right? And they're only 10 years away from being breakout superstars. And then all of a sudden, there you go. Everything has to start at some point, right?
well, I think we've seen Uruguay do that because I think they didn't win a game in 2015. Then they beat Fiji in that great game in 2019, and they were really good against the All Blacks for a good half an hour. And I think we just need more countries doing that, really.
Yeah, exactly. So overall, I'm happy with it moving to 24. I just think it shouldn't only be the one tournament. Do it every single time. You have to make it the basic structure to get the teams involved. Obviously, you saw how much it meant for the Americans not getting into the Rugby World Cup. What was it last time around? Well, now they get their World Cup if they have they qualified for this one.
No, but they got a good chance of doing it. They made it easy for America and Canada to get in, which you need these two countries in the World Cup really for future.
Yeah, of course. So it in my opinion, it's a step forward. I know most of those teams will get smashed, right? If you look at the top tier when it comes to rugby and the bottom tier of rugby, there's a massive gap, right? It's not like football where you get the chance of that massive upset necessarily happening. But I mean, you get those magical moments of look at even 2023 Portugal versus Fiji? Yeah, right. You get these magical moments, and all of a sudden Portugal kicks on. Georgia a good few years ago, they were nowhere, right? Look at Georgia now fighting to be in the Six Nations. Now do the same with the other teams, especially with the talk of the town being America wants a team that wants to be in the Super Rugby. That grows the sport there, right? Before you know it, maybe there's a Canadian team there. You look at the evolution of the game in Japan, right? Being one of the most sought after places to play at the moment. I know the finances are there, but it's starting to grow. I mean, we even getting broadcast rights to Japan's rugby.
Yeah,
right?
we have.
So, yeah, which is crazy. So the game can grow. You see the opportunity there. You just have to get them involved because it's not good for American rugby to look forward to the World Cup, but then they fall out and then have to wait 4 years to be on the scene again.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're a Rugby World Cup watcher, just 2 years out, the team to watch is Spain next time because they got into the last two World Cups, got disqualified, and they look better than Portugal and Romania right now. So Spain, very fun to watch.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the draft being at the end of this year?
Yeah, it's silly, really. I don't understand this idea that is it logistics and where you're going to have teams training and stuff and selling tickets that you have to know 18 months before. I think that the FIFA World Cup is way bigger and, got teams, lots of more teams training. And I feel like they do it about 9, maybe 12 months before. We could at least do it another 6 to 12 months later, I think.
I think the bigger the sport is, the later you can do it, actually. Because you have more fans all over the world to be able to travel there, right? So for South Africans that know, okay, it's in Australia, we want to know the fixtures and stuff kind of beforehand so that you can save up for 2 years, right? Where if it's football, you have more football fans right over the world that can still fill out those stadiums and stuff. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but I think that plays in your favor if the sport's a bit bigger. I'm just happy it's not directly after the previous World Cup. I think that this is fine. 18 months beforehand is fine. Not too much. Well, a lot can change in 18 months, but nothing like drastic will change in the 18 months.
I just love someone in the comments if you can give me a reason why. But if you know what your training bases are going to be, why do you have to know which team are going to be in them 18, 20 months before the tournament? And as a fan, like it's in Australia, because I don't know which city it's going to be right now. But all I know, if I want to go, I'm going to have to save to somewhere in Australia. That's enough for now, I would have thought. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. As I said, it could have probably been later, right? It would probably be in the favor of rugby to be a bit later in terms of from a viewing perspective, but I don't mind it being 18 months. It's not going to make or break me. Whereas the previous one, where it's right after the World Cup, and you're seeing you in a pool with Scotland and Ireland, and you're playing off in your quarterfinal against New Zealand or France. It's that the rankings had to be in disarray for that to ever get to that point.
Yeah. The only thing is, there's still two Six Nations and 2 Rugby Championships to go between the announcement of the pools and then the actual tournament starting. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, I get it. No, I fully get it. But as I said, it's not one of those cases where I'm going to be down and out about it.
Well, anyway, the interesting thing about it is that obviously this will be done in 6-7 months' time, and you want to be in the top 6 of the world rankings come December this year if you want to be
5.
in top 6.
Because wouldn't Australia automatically take top seed of one of the pools?
Do they?
As far as I know.
Oh God, that might be correct though, and that's made things way more difficult for England. Oh no, is that true? Oh.
As far as I know, because usually the team that's hosting, they go in first.
Oh no, I might be right. You might be right there. Oh no.
Yeah, okay, so it matters where you place, right?
It's okay. So you got to be in the top 5 of the Rugby World rankings come December. England are currently 6th.
That's why I made the video of saying, like, doesn't matter what you do, every game matters now. Like, I don't want to see Rassie saying, okay, well, we'll play 52 players and we'll play our C team against Argentina or whatever. No, bro, just secure as high as you possibly can. Get that seat, play against the lowest teams. I don't care about winning a World Cup clean. We've done it clean and nice and whatever. I want an easy run now. We're going for a 3-peat.
Oh God, I'm just looking up Scotland's fixtures right now because I need them to lose.
Are Scotland 5th at the moment?
Scotland are 7th. Argentina are 5th. I don't know who Argentina play in.
And you don't have a Six Nations to even make up for it.
Well, we had a pretty good one last time. But, yeah. Well, we're playing. That's the thing. We're playing Argentina this summer, so we play them twice. If we can beat them once, that should be enough to jump over them. So yeah, as long as we draw,
let's see what's the rankings at the moment. I'm trying to just give me 1 sec. Because you have South Africa, New Zealand, Ireland, France, Argentina.
Yeah, I think the top 4 are going to be pretty safe. There's not enough movement for the top 4 to change. It's that sort of England, Scotland, Australia.
Yeah, but you would probably expect Argentina to lose a couple of games in the Rugby Championship.
Yeah.
The thing is, you guys are also playing rugby, and you have to play second-string teams.
I always back Argentina in the Rugby Championship, but this year they've got to finish bottom.
Have to put on your green and gold jersey for us.
The year after they can win the tournament, but this year I want to have a flop year.
Because otherwise you would be in the table, with one of the others.
Yeah, we could be put in a table with Ireland or South Africa. Oh God!
But I don't want to be in the group with England either.
No. So you got to back us. You got to hope Argentina finish bottom.
It would only be fair if they put the host nation. If the host nation is not in the top 5, put the host nation with the team that should have been 6th.
Would you rather play England or Argentina in a pool game?
Argentina.
Okay. Well, they've beaten you more recently than we have.
Yes. Well, I don't care about that. Like, you are stronger than them when it comes to World Cups. I'm all about rugby heritage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, keep talking. I'm looking at stuff.
Okay. Interesting discussion. I want to have a little fun one with you. Obviously, there was 3 names named. The first guy selected for the Barbarians team that's traveling down to South Africa. We've got Sam Cane, who's also going to be the captain of the team. Yes. Connor Murray. And then Peter Armani. First and foremost, you happy with that?
Yeah, they're three good ones. You always get the sort of people on the end of their career. It should be good. They're still good enough quality, and they've been playing for Ireland and New Zealand recently enough to give a challenge to whoever the Springbok players are in that game.
There's always a couple of nostalgic shouts, right? So
I watched as I was saying just off camera, I watched South Africa play Wales at Twickenham last year, and there was a double header with Fiji v the Barbarians, and there was Sam Whitelock's last ever game, and he was like the best player on the pitch. He was awesome, so it's crazy.
Yeah, well, Sam Whitelock only recently retired. I mean, the guy's still world class. He could still play now. What's going on? Why are you moaning?
Argentina are playing Wales and Scotland this autumn, which are very winnable games.
What are you playing in the autumn?
They also play us. They play Wales, Scotland, and then us at last one. We're playing Argentina, New Zealand, Fiji, and Australia.
Well, if you beat New Zealand, for instance, who would be ranked? Yeah. Let's say if New Zealand win the Rugby Championship, because I believe they are favourites at the moment, seeing that they're playing us at home, right? Yeah. So they would be the favourites for that one. Mm-hmm. They would probably sit in second. Would that be a fair assumption?
If they win the Rugby Championship, they'll probably be top.
Would we drop that many points? Remember, we're playing away.
Probably, yeah. If they beat you twice, they'll definitely be top.
Yeah. So if you guys beat them, for instance, at home, if you get that victory, that would be massive for you in terms of points.
We basically just got to win like 3 out of 4 and not lose to Argentina, and then we should get 5th place.
Yeah, because if Argentina beats you away from home,
don't say it. Don't say that,
bro. That's big for the points.
Anyway, interesting. Wales are currently 12th, and they play Japan, who are 13th this summer. That's exciting.
Whatever.
Georgia are playing Ireland, which isn't good because Georgia are, just above Wales.
Whatever.
Oh, so much excitement.
Let's keep on going with the Barbarians. I'm also happy with those 3.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of names that I have to see in this Barbarians team. First one, you're going to agree with this one. I want that fly-off to be none other than Owen Farrell. Add him in there. Put him at 10. He's not going on the British Irish Lions, right? Bring him down here to South Africa. He's got a lovely relationship with us. Give me Owen Farrell at 10. And while we're at it, even put in Courtney Laws there, right? He's obviously retired from international rugby. Put him in there as well. He's not even traveling for the British Irish Lions. There you go. Add both of them. And then my other little sneaky thought is get these guys that are from South Africa, drag their asses from Europe, right? Because they're not representing South Africa. Bring me Paul Willemse and bring me Tyrone Green as well. Bring both of them. Drag their asses out here to South Africa and have them play against us.
Yeah, you could do.
I'm not saying that in a bad way or anything. I would just love it. I think that would be truly interesting.
Yeah, you can get some people like Van Rensburg. He's great as a
I mentioned him in the TikTok as well. But the thing is, I think he said that he wants to represent South Africa still.
Oh, okay. It's like Augustus, he wants to do it. You know who else get? It's the halfback combo in Japan. Aaron Smith, Mwanga. They might be free.
No, Aaron Smith, yes, that would be good. Mwanga would be great, but not Mwanga because I want Owen Farrell. Unless you're gonna go Mwanga at 10 and Owen Farrell at 12.
Yeah, do that. That'd be good.
All I know is I want Owen Farrell there. That's the big one. Give me Owen Farrell there.
Would you go to that game if you could? It's in Cape Town.
It is in Cape Town, but it's way too expensive. I don't pay for fucking overpriced shit. Like, it's ridiculous the prices that they put out there.
Okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna go. It feels like I'm paying a price to go and watch Obama. Dude, not like seriously, no. This is the country's team and you're outpricing everyone. It's crazy, no. So clearly I'm not the target audience. The filthy rich are.
Casual Bias Rugby Percentage, he's not part of the filthy rich now.
I'm not part of the filthy rich.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. That's Jimmy Knows Rugby. Anyway, moving on.
Who would you like to see? Do you have a name that you like thinking about?
I just thought of 2, and then I got told no. I don't know.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. You get Danny Kerr last ever game. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I would actually. He's played for the Barbarians a couple of times, hasn't he?
Probably has, yeah. I don't know.
Drag out Joe Marler up there again.
Oh God, you don't want Joe Marler out there. He'd start a riot somehow in South Africa. He just would.
I'm trying to think if I would add anyone else. I'm thinking like the French or someone.
I think people in the comments should write down who they want to see in that Barbarian side.
Maybe like a Dylan Lates who plays for
La
Rochelle.
Yeah,
Coming back because obviously he played for the Stormers. He represented us very well.
Yeah.
People get in the comments and tell us who you want to see in the Barbarians team. But anyway, we've got massive rugby this weekend, and I think it's due time that we actually speak about it. We've got Northampton Saints taking on Union Bordeaux in the Champions Cup final. And I'm pretty sure you've seen the posts, Jake.
What posts?
You've seen Ollie Slido training.
Yeah, I have seen the posts.
You've seen Furbank training.
Yeah.
Right, with his Popeye arm, right?
Yeah.
First question, do you reckon both of them are match fit to play? If they are match fit, should they be picked, even though they've been out for so long and other guys have been doing the trick?
It's just a disgusting little teaser from Northampton Saints, media team to put those two out on their Instagram. But I watched George Furbank. So I don't know, people might not know Northampton really well. They got this really good fullback called George Hendy, who sadly got injured about 4 weeks ago. And George Furbank came on against Bristol and had to play 70 minutes. And I think he re-damaged his arm a bit there. But he came on and was just still sensational. It looked like he hadn't been out for the last 4 months. And he just really had an impact. So if he comes on against Bordeaux, starts on the bench, whatever, he will have a good positive impact, I do believe. Same as Lightholm. England internationals, both of them.
Wouldn't you feel it would be harsh to drop the guys that got you through that magical semi-final?
Yeah, I think they will stick with those guys if they're both fit. They both came off against Saracens last week. I think they'll be okay, but you never know.
Who was the back three? It was Rom,
they had
Freeman, and who was the other wing?
So Tommy Freeman, and then who's just sensational form right now. They had James Ram at fullback. He came off precautionary last week. And then there's a guy called Tom Litchfield, who's usually a centre, but he's doing a job at wing. And I saw him round the back of the stadium about 2 hours after the game, and he was limping. So, hopefully it's just a small knock, but you never know.
Okay, fair enough.
They have Northampton have 3 of their starting backs out injured in Hendy, Slightholm, and Furbank. I recognise a lot of South Africans who are watching this and don't know these names really well, but they have 3 really.
No, but at least those are international stars as well. Not as much Hendy, but I've seen Hendy last season in the Champions Cup. I remember that game against Munster in the quarterfinal. If I'm not mistaken, he came off the bench, and I was like, "This guy's rapid. He's good."
Hendy?
Yeah,
he's good. He played for England one day. He's 22. And
you reckon he's got that England call up in him anytime soon?
He would have been called up this summer if he didn't get injured, 100%.
Fair enough. No, he's quality.
Yeah.
That just tells you about the character of the Saints team to still get into this position where they are after struggling in the Prem, right?
Yeah.
They've just kind of got the they've got the dog in them.
They're also missing two or three of their starting back row. Augustus is out of this game, I'm pretty sure. So
that's a big one.
They are really thin. They have about a whole 15 players out injured right now. That's why they're 7th in the Prem.
Is it confirmed that Augustus is out?
I think so, yeah. He said it was his last game, that semi-final now.
Oh. Yeah, because he's obviously going to Ulster.
Mm-hmm. So it's looking difficult for Northampton. And it sounds like Penno is going to be back for Bordeaux, apparently.
Yeah. Do they even need Penno? I mean, you've got so many other names out there. They've still got Mofana. They've still got Pete Samu. They've still got Louis Bilbore. They've still got all these guys. Jelly Bear. I mean, the list just goes on. And I didn't even mention Luku, who's probably the biggest name of the lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've got all the talent in the world. Also had all the talent in the world?
Leinster.
Toulouse.
Toulouse.
And Toulouse, right?
It's going to be really exciting, this game, because it's probably the two of the best attacking teams in all of club rugby in the world going up against each other. So hopefully Penno's playing. Hopefully the best Northampton players are still playing. And we just get a really good, close but exciting final.
I think it's going to be a good game. I don't know whether it's going to be close. I think it might be close, and then Bordeaux will start running away with it. I mean, at some point, squad depth does catch up with you. When it comes to this type of quality of a game, those guys will have that adrenaline pumping for Saints, but in the end, Bordeaux has just got quality all over the park. They've just looked unstoppable. Yeah. I mean, in all the games, from the start of the Champions Cup until now, they've just looked so good.
But there were moments against Ulster and Munster. They didn't look quite as brilliant.
Yeah, maybe in moments they don't look good, but overall the performances have been class. You look at the performance against Toulouse. I know Toulouse, they've got a couple of injuries and stuff, but I mean, that's still a derby, right? That's still a French derby, and they still won that. You look at, do you really think Louis Bilberet will let a game like this slip away when he's kind of on track to be World Player of the Year?
I mean, oh my God, it's Tommy Freeman. I think is going to be on BLBRA's wing. Tommy Freeman's a great defender, so he's going to have to be on the top.
That's going to be a sexy battle.
Yeah, if Tommy Freeman can shut that down, and Northampton have the forwards physicality they had against Leinster, they could do it. They could definitely do it.
Yes. You know what I think could work with the attacking play of Saints, because I really like their attacking structure, the way that Finn Smith just pulls the strings. That Finn Smith Jelly Bear battle will be insane, by the way.
And there's also got a Luku Mitchell battle as well. This is going to be
yeah, of course. But I'm just thinking, right? Like if Saints can make the game like it was against Leinster, they've got the opportunity. I'm still backing Bordeaux. Like, I feel like I would be a bit foolish not to back Bordeaux, but I'm not writing off Saints by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just going off physically what I've been able to see in that attack. And the thing about Bordeaux is they've been so clinical. A sniff at an opportunity, they score points.
Yeah. I think it just got to... I feel like the kicking game is going to be really interesting. I feel you can't give them any time. If you're going to kick it high, you've got to kick it off the pitch or kick it so it's contestable. Tommy Freeman is a better catcher than probably Penno and the LBRA. If you are second late on that kick chase and they get the ball, a couple of passes and BLBRA is going down the wing. So they've got to either kick it off the pitch or make it really contestable for Freeman.
How do you reckon the physical battle matches up with each other?
That's interesting. Because Bordeaux don't have the biggest pack, I don't think. They don't have names like Toulouse do. And Northampton also don't have the biggest and a few injuries. So
they've got that Tongan block that is literally about 280 kilograms.
Yeah.
Sorry, his surname slipped my mind.
Taumafuna.
Yeah.
He's going to be really good. But the props did really well against Leinster for Northampton, but then they did really badly against Saracens last week.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, but I mean, we've spoke about Leinster scrum and stuff, and Andrew Porter not being a great scrummager. I don't think we have to bring that up again.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll get David or Michael in the comments. I mean, coming from it.
Well, they're always after you. No, but it's going to be a thrilling watch. Like, I can easily see this game. Right, that Bordeaux might be cruising like 20 points lead at the end, but I still think it'll be a thrilling watch, like in terms of the rugby that we might see out there.
Obviously, the stadium is closer to Northampton, and Northampton qualified a day earlier, so I'd expect there to be a few more Northampton fans, which should make it interesting as well.
Yeah, well, it's played in Cardiff, right?
Yeah.
There might be a bunch of Welsh guys there that just hate the English and they'll just support the French.
I don't think the Welsh fans think like that. I think a lot of Welsh fans actually support English clubs more than Welsh clubs half the time. I think that's a fact.
What is the English club that's so close to Wales? Is it Gloucester? Yeah. They'll get a bunch of Gloucester fans though.
You could do. But yeah, I think most I don't know about other countries, but I feel like most English fans and Premiership fans are behind Northampton here.
How do they decide where the venue at the end of the season is going to be, where it's going to be played?
Oh, they decided like 2 years in advance. Next year it's in Bilbao. They already decided that.
Okay. When's that in Cape Town? I want to see those teams both having to travel 20 hours down south, play that final.
I have a feeling it won't be in Cape Town anytime soon, but I hope I'm wrong. That'd be cool.
It won't ever be, because they won't see us as part of Europe.
It would be a great way to grow the sort of interest in the competition in South Africa. So it'd be a good idea, I think, actually.
Bro, I would be scared of not selling about 20,000 tickets.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good idea, but it's a long way for fans to travel if you don't get a South African in the final.
Yeah. So what's your official thoughts? You going Bordeaux? You going Saints? Do you feel a sneaky upset on the horizon?
No, I'm mostly saying this because if I say Northampton, I think they'll
wait. I have to give you the scenario. Let's say the teams haven't been announced, right?
No.
Okay, so let's say, give me your prediction, but Furbank's fit, Slideham's fit, Freeman, and what was the other? Lachkescher. What was the other wing?
Oh, Hendy, he won't be back.
No, not Hendy, the other wing.
Litchfield
and Rom. So all 5 of them are fit. You don't know who's picked though, but all of them are match fit. Now, what's your thoughts? Who's winning this one?
Northampton. I feel like Furbank is such a massive addition to the team and the way they play and the control they have, the way they attack. If Finn Smith goes off, no one really can pull the attack unless Furbank is on. But I still think Bordeaux will win. I think Bordeaux will win. Okay. I'm going Bordeaux.
I'm also going Bordeaux.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. But I just think that the back line is too strong and they're all fit except for maybe Pinot, but they look like they've got rhythm and stuff, and form.
I think they've got the upper hand wherever you look at it. Just because of the injuries as well, I think their forwards are very strong. I think they've got the bigger names. They've beat Toulouse 3 times this season, or 2 times this season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They'll need to get over the line.
They haven't lost a game this Champions Cup. Northampton
they are the clear favourites. They're the clear favourites, and I feel like this is not going to be a team where the moment gets too big. They'll throw everything at it.
Well, I don't know. They have bottled quite a few before. I mean, last quarterfinal against Harlequins last year, the top 14.
Yeah, but now they're finally in the final. Now
they were in the top 14 last year, top 14 final, and they were abysmal. And Northampton won a final last year, so
that's
these things play into it. It's a really difficult game to call.
Okay, but I'm still back in Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm. So am I, but I don't know.
Okay, Challenge Cup. I don't have too much to say around it. This is Bath taking on Lyon. This is tomorrow evening, right? This is Friday evening.
Yes.
This is obviously going out on Friday morning. So
yeah, tonight. It's tonight, people.
Yeah. Thomas du Toit on the bench. What's your thoughts on that?
The what?
Thomas du Toit being on the bench. Like, he's just been nominated for Player of the Season for the Prem, but he's finding himself on the bench. What is going on there?
Yeah, he's often on the bench. I think Will Stewart has probably been the second best tight head prop in the league after Thomas du Toit. But
Thomas du Toit can play both sides.
Well, I think
he's known for being able to scrum both sides.
Thomas du Toit is, I think, for Bath, he works best when they bring him off the bench as a sort of impact player. When you want that, when you want the scrum to get even stronger and you want to try, just bring on Thomas du Toit and he'll score a try. Doesn't really matter who's on the bench. That Bath squad is top 5 in Europe. They should be in a Champions Cup final, not a Challenge Cup final. I can't see Bath losing this. I can't see it losing.
It's tough to have this debate when you don't. I haven't seen Lyon play in a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's tough to do that. Whereas Bath, I obviously know the quality there. I know they've qualified top spot for the Prem with a few games in hand. You know the quality that's in that team. When you look at the likes of Will Stewart, Thomas du Toit, Ted Hill, Finn Russell, Ben Spencer, I mean, it's just a crazy talent.
Squad. It's a stacked squad.
Is this also played in Cardiff?
Yes, so that's even Bath are really close to Cardiff. It's like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, so that would be like a home game for them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to add too much to it. I'm just saying Bath.
I can't see Bath's. Their bench is just ridiculous. The Bath Bombs, credit to Ruxmall's over balls. Yeah, they've got Barbary, Pepper, Maloney, Thomas Toy on the bench. Like that is so strong.
Guy Pepper, he's one for the future, right? I've heard a couple of things about him.
He'll play for England in the next year or two, 100%.
What position does he play? Is he a Lucy?
He's Lucy, yeah, 6 and 7 usually. He's a line-out option.
Him and Henry Pollock. How old is he?
Guy Pepper is 22, maybe.
I guess he didn't play with Henry Pollock in the young ones.
I don't think they played together. He's 22, so he's 2 years older than Pollock.
Yeah,
but
I heard he's very good, and I saw him playing against Edinburgh, and I thought it was very good when I think he played off the bench against Edinburgh as well, if I'm not mistaken. But good. You've got a serious bunch of young talent coming through, right? For England. Look at the likes of the two of them. Faber Bosa is obviously still very young, made his name already.
The England under 23 players is stacked. Like I'm not trying to hype up because England. It is ridiculous. Some of the talent coming through.
Yeah, you've even got that prop, right? That's also very good.
Got about 5 props coming through, which is good because we don't have props right now.
You've got no props right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of props.
I mean, no one talked about Will Stewart until like Six Nations.
Yeah, he's matured really well. No, he was a bit of a liability 18 months ago. Yeah. Genge's got better as well with scrummaging, so it's good.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you guys still played the 2023 World Cup with Joe Marler and Coles.
They did well. It was when Genge...
No, nothing against them, but both, like, bro, they were 2 feet out of the door. They just, like, kept their fingers in there before retirement.
Yeah.
So, that's obviously good. It's always good to see young talent coming through. But we're going off topic. So we're both backing Bath to get it done.
Yeah. I can't see Leon winning that. They got some great players. Demortia, Niniashvili. I think they're Pajrello on the bench. That's odd. But they got some really good players. But I can't see him beating that Bath team.
Yeah.
Like, I think Bath lost like 3 games all year in the Premiership. And there was probably a B team when they did lose. Like, they are strong. Yeah.
Anyway, that wraps it up. People, thank you for watching. Please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Go to Jake's TikTok. Go to his Instagram. Go to YouTube. Go give him a follow. And then the same for this channel. If this was your type of vibe, just fans chatting about the game, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe. We do appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.